We're here at American Players Theatre in Spring Green, Wisconsin. We're in the midst of our 30th anniversary season. I think it is well worth a trip from Chicago to American Players Theatre. It really is something quite unique. It's different from any, I don't care how great the theatre is, it's different from any urban theatre. It has to be.
It is beautifully set in a unique area. There's this natural amphitheater at the top of this big hill.
A friend of mine used to say, well, you know, coming to A.P.T. is sort of like coming on a pilgrimage. It's like you have to make a drive to come here, and then you have to walk up this hill in order to get here. What's wonderful about it is you've worked really hard to get here. You really want to be here.
You come up the hill and you experience the beauty of this place, and then there's a really great play.
Hello, here is the chain.
The Comedy of Errors, which is a play by Shakespeare, an early play by Shakespeare. It's really a beautiful, beautiful comedy that has mistaken identity and jealousy and reunions.
It's the third time I've been a part of Comedy of Errors. I was in it many years ago. I've directed it one other time. I felt like with this one, I went back and said, okay, no, really, what is it I really want to do?
I do think the things that make Shakespeare so head and shoulders, I think, above almost any other writer, includes at a very important level his use of poetry language.
I think that we as actors want to make sure that we're doing justice to the words of the playwright, that we really do find that the poetry and the words of the playwright are always what's most important to us, and wanting to make sure that we understand everything that's being said in order to be able to convey that.
As from a bear, a man would run for life, so fly I from her that would be my wife.
What's really important about this year is we've just opened our first indoor theatre to go with this wonderful big outdoor stage, the little Touchstone Theatre. It's a 200-seat jewel of a theatre. We opened the Touchstone Theatre with a one-person play by Jim DeVita, resident company actor and a fabulous writer who's written a lot. So it really is almost an honor of the occasion. It has been a huge success. People just adore it.
So the show is about the first time that I saw Ian McKellen do the show acting Shakespeare. I was a young man, I was just in college. I dropped out twice already from college. It was my third try. And I went to see the show in New York. It was a class trip, and I saw this performance by Ian McKellen. And basically he inspired me to start doing what I wound up doing for the last 25 years. Interspersed throughout that story is the story of Shakespeare as a young man growing to be the famous playwright that we know him to be and creating these great works. And parallel to that is my story of an actor seeing Mr. McKellen for the first time and taking his journey. So I wanted to start out with something that may be a little bit like what's going on here, and then I wanted to draw them in and say, no, I'm not going to do that all night. This is what we're going to talk. It's just going to be me and you. And now I'm going to be talking, now I'm going to start doing Shakespeare, and I'm going to be into To Be or Not to Be. And they're not even going to know that they're in Shakespeare. And my job is to get them from like this to like this. And that happens as the show progresses.
The best actors in the world! Comedy, tragedy, history, pastoral... Good morning.
American Players Theatre is one of the most special places, I think, in the Midwest.
It's a magical place. Magic happens here.